All right, let's talk about something that every single one of us deals with. That voice in our head. You know the one. For the next few minutes, we're going to walk through a really simple way to get a handle on that inner monologue, so you can stop automatically believing every thought and, actually take back the controls.
Does this sound familiar? I bet it does. A sentence like this just pops into your head out of nowhere, and bam, suddenly it feels like the absolute undeniable truth. It's so powerful, so persuasive, and it can honestly just stop you in your tracks.
And that's the real question, right? Why? Why does this random arrangement of words that our brain cooked up have so much power over us? Why do we treat these little internal headlines like they're breaking news facts, when a lot of the time, they're just not?
To get to the bottom of this, we first have to understand how we get so trapped by this inner voice in the first place. And look, it's not about being weak or flawed, it's just about how our brains are wired.
I want you to think of your brain like this. It's a 24/7 news ticker running at the bottom of a TV screen. Its job is just to produce headlines, all day, all night, constantly. Now, some of those are useful, right? Like, hey, watch out for that car. But so many of them are just noise, total speculation, random stuff, and often really unhelpful.
And this is the absolute key. The problem isn't that you have thoughts. That's what a brain does. The real problem is when we reach out, grab every single one of those headlines and treat it like it's a stone-cold fact. We kind of fuse with the thought, and we let it become our reality.
So what's the solution then? How do we fix this? Well, this is the big aha moment. The secret to freedom isn't trying to stop the thoughts, because good luck with that. It's learning how to create just a little bit of space between you and them.
And this brings us to the most important distinction we need to make. A thought? Well, it's just a temporary event happening in your mind. It's a little electrical signal, a burst of language. That's it. Truth, on the other hand, is objective reality, what's actually happening. They are two totally, fundamentally different things.
Here's a really powerful way to picture this. Imagine that you are the sky, big, open, endless. And your thoughts, the good ones and the bad ones, they're just clouds passing through. Sometimes you'll have dark, stormy ones. Other times they're light and fluffy. But you aren't the clouds. You're the sky that holds them. They show up and eventually they go.
Okay, so how do we actually do this when we're in the thick of it? Here are 3 super simple but incredibly powerful steps you can start using right away to create that space we're talking about.
Okay, let's break this down. First, when a harsh thought like, I'm a failure, shows up, you just notice it. Label it. Okay, this is a thought. That's step 1. Second, you reframe the language just a little. So instead of, they dislike me, you switch it to, I'm having the thought that they might dislike me. Can you feel the difference there? One is a fact, the other is just an observation of something your brain is doing. And finally, you pull yourself out of that mental spiral by asking, okay, what's one useful thing I can do right now? This shifts your focus from all that internal drama right back to the real world.
Right, so once you've started creating that little bit of space, you can bring in some other tools. These are 4 really practical ways to fundamentally change your relationship with your thoughts for good.
The first tool is to actually give your reoccurring negative thought patterns a name. I know it sounds a little silly, but think of it like creating a character for that voice. It's such a simple trick to externalize it and remind yourself that that voice, it isn't you.
So, when that critical voice starts up, you can just say to yourself, look who it is, Mr. Harsh Judge is back, or there's my old friend, the catastrophe storyteller. Look, this isn't about making fun of yourself. It's a really powerful way to create distance, and just recognize it for what it is, a familiar, predictable pattern, not some brand new truth you have to believe.
Now this one is gonna sound kind of weird, but trust me, it is a game changer. You thank the thought. Yeah, seriously. Most of our anxious or critical thoughts are coming from this really ancient, primitive part of our brain that's just trying to protect us, right? It's trying to keep us safe from danger. It's just a little over the top. So instead of fighting it, which just makes it stronger, you can respond calmly. Hey, thank you for trying to keep me safe. I hear the warning. This completely disarms the thought. You're not arguing with it. You're not giving in. You're just acknowledging it and then moving on. It's like telling a super worried coworker, got it, thanks, I'll take it from here.
Okay, tool number 3. This one is huge. Honestly, this is one of the most important skills you can learn. It's distinguishing between the objective, observable facts of a situation and the emotional story our mind weaves around those facts. Let's make this super concrete. The fact, what a camera would see, is he read my message and didn't reply. That's it. That's all we know.
But the story our mind creates is, he must be angry with me. I must have done something wrong. I don't matter to him. See how we build this whole painful movie on top of one neutral piece of data? When we learn to stick to just the facts, we take away all the fuel for that emotional fire.
And that brings us to our final tool. This one is really a powerful metaphor for how to just live your life. You don't have to wait for the negative thoughts to go away before you can do things. You just have to change where they're sitting.
And really, this all leads to the most empowering part of this whole thing, getting back into the driver's seat of your own life. I want you to imagine you're driving a car, and you're driving towards a destination that really matters to you. Now, your negative thoughts, they're just a really noisy passenger in the back seat. And they're yelling things like, turn back, this is a bad idea, you're gonna fail. You don't have to argue with the passenger, you don't even have to kick them out of the car. You just have to acknowledge they're there. Keep your hands on the wheel and just keep driving.
And this right here, this is the mantra to take with you. So many of us wait around to feel confident or feel motivated before we do something. But the secret is, action comes first. Confidence is the result of doing something. It's not a requirement for starting. You can be scared and still take that first step.
So that leaves us with just one final question. And it's not about what you'll think or what you'll feel. It's about what you will choose to do. Even with that noisy passenger screaming in the back seat, where are you going to drive today?